Hello children, welcome to the biology classes. So we were studying chapter 9 biomolecules and we have completed topics like amino acids, proteins, polysaccharides, nucleic acids and nucleotides, okay, structure of proteins, then the various nucleotides and nucleic acids, and we have also studied the various bonds that links the monomers in a polymer, okay, and I have given you the introduction of enzymes. So you have studied about chemical reactions, isn't it? So chemical compounds, they undergo two different types of changes. Physical changes, in which there is a change in the shape without breaking of bonds, and sometimes change may happen in the state of matter, that is from liquid to vapor, means gas, isn't it, or solid to water, like that. Okay, ice melts into water or water becomes vapor. All these are what physical changes, where there is no breaking of or formation of new bonds. But sometimes you can see that the reactions, okay, which includes the breaking of certain bonds and the making or formation of new bonds. So this kind of reactions are called what? Chemical reactions. Okay, one example is given here. Okay, so this is one example of a chemical reaction, where bonds are formed, broken, isn't it, between these two, and then new bonds are formed also, isn't it? New bonds are formed and some bonds are broken. So such kind of reactions are called what? Chemical reactions. Okay, so this example what we have given is an example for an inorganic chemical reaction. Okay, so if you take example of that hydrolysis of starch into glucose, it's an example for organic chemical reaction, isn't it? So where you can see the starch is the stored food material in the plants, isn't it? So it when the plants need to respire, it has to be converted to glucose, isn't it? So this is an example for a what kind of reaction? It's a kind of organic chemical reaction. Okay, so its rate means what? The speed with which this reaction takes place. How we can find out the rate of a reaction? By calculating the amount of product formed per unit time, isn't it? How much amount of the product is formed within a particular time, that gives what? The rate of the reaction. Okay, so rate of the reaction can also be called as the velocity. Okay, if we mention the direction in which the reaction is taking place, isn't it? So we have studied that rate of a reaction, physical or chemical reactions or processes, can be influenced by temperature. Okay, so one factor is temperature, and you can see that the rate can get doubled or can get decreased by half for every 10-degree change in the in either direction. Means if some reactions what happen, it may get doubled, okay, or some reaction may get reduced, okay, for every 10-degree centigrade, okay, change. If temperature change happens, then this can happen. Understood? So the catalyzed reactions, what do you mean by catalyzed reaction? If a reaction is catalyzed by certain catalyst or is helped by certain catalyst, that kind of reactions are known as what? Catalyzed reactions. So catalyzed reactions rates will be very high than that of the uncatalyzed one. If there is no catalyst in a reaction, then its rate will be less than that of the catalyzed reaction, isn't it? So if you observe the enzyme catalyzed reactions, the rate will be very high, okay, than the uncatalyzed reaction. Okay, so the if you compare what the rate of reaction in chemical reactions, okay, the catalyzed reaction will be higher, okay, rate will be higher in them than the non-catalyzed, uncatalyzed reactions. But when enzyme catalyzed reactions are observed, the rate would be vastly higher than the same but uncatalyzed reaction. Okay, so for example, carbon dioxide plus water, okay, gives carbonic acid. Okay, when carbon dioxide and water combines to form carbonic acid, okay, the reaction as this is done in the presence of an enzyme known as carbonic anhydrase. So this is the enzyme which catalyzes what? The combination of carbon dioxide and water to form carbonic acid. Okay, and in the absence of enzyme, this reaction is very low, and you can see that around 200 molecules of carbonic acid will be formed in an hour. But if you use, or if this reaction is taking place in the presence of enzyme called what? Carbonic anhydrase, the reaction speeds just increases multiple times. Okay, within seconds only, means 600,000, okay, that much molecules will be formed. Okay, so around 10 million times this enzymes can increase the rate of reaction. Understood? So in this way you can understand that than a uncatalyzed reaction, okay, catalyzed reaction speed or rate will be very high, especially when they are catalyzed by an enzyme. Understood? Then, so when you take enzymes, they are unique. Okay, there are unique enzymes for catalyzing each step. Okay, so there are thousands of enzymes in each living system which catalyze each step of a continuous reaction. Okay, for or what sometimes a multi-step chemical reaction can be there, in which each step of that can be catalyzed by the same enzyme complex or with different enzymes. Okay, so what pathway can be called as what? Metabolic pathway. Okay, so metabolic pathway is what? It's a multiple chemical reaction when each step is catalyzed by the same enzyme complex or different enzymes is called what? Metabolic pathway. Understood? So this is another definition for metabolic pathway. Understood? We have studied this already in another way. So for example, glucose can be converted to 2 molecules of pyruvic acid by different steps. Okay, so in respiration you can see that this glucose is becoming pyruvic acid by different steps, and each step catalyzed by different enzymes. Okay, so if this glucose is entering into different metabolic pathway, okay, the products also can be different. Okay, for example, in our muscles, lactic acid is formed. We have studied that, isn't it? Lactic acid due to what? Anaerobic respiration. Then if in normal aerobic conditions, glucose will be converted to pyruvic acid. Okay, and in yeast, the same pathway, okay, means the same product can lead to the same substrate, that is glucose, can enter into different pathway and lead to the production of ethanol and alcohol. Okay, so in different conditions the products are also different. Okay, if they enter into different metabolic pathways, the product also will be different. So now let's see how this enzymes brings the high rate of chemical conversions. Or we have already said that in the presence of an enzyme, the chemical reactions rate will increase. The speed with which the chemical reaction takes place, organic reaction takes place, will be very high. So how this is possible? How this enzymes helps in increasing the rate of the reaction? That we will have to study. Okay, so do you remember the active site? I have already told, that is the the three-dimensional structure of proteins. Okay, proteins, I have told you, they are having what? Primary, secondary and tertiary structures, isn't it? And the tertiary structure is the three-dimensional structure. So in this you can see certain crevices or pockets, okay, which is known as what? The active site. Okay, the active site. So into this active site they hold the substrate. Okay, so substrate means what? The chemical which is converted into a product is called the substrate. Okay, is it clear? The chemical which is converted into a product is called what? Substrate. So enzymes, most of them are proteins. I told already, they are having three-dimensional structure and they are having certain pockets or crevices into which the substrate can what attach is called what? The active site. Okay, so the when they attach to the active site, the enzymes convert a substrate into product. So this can be studied as like this. Okay, we can say that substrate will get converted to product. Okay, so substrate, what they do, they go and bind to the active sites. So what do you mean by active site? I told already. Okay, certain crevices to which the substrate can fit. Understand? Fit into the active site. Okay, then so the substrate will diffuse into the active site, and then you can see that a transient stage, a unstable stage will be there, that is known as enzyme substrate complex. Okay, what is it? Enzyme substrate complex. And this enzyme substrate complex, okay, as it is a transient stage, it will get converted to product. Okay, so during this stage what happened? The bond breaking, making, all this will be done during this period, and then the substrate will be changed into the product. Okay, so this includes what? Various transition state structures. Okay, so you can see this from the given chart here, that is a concept of activation energy. Activation energy is what? Activation energy is the energy that should be added to the reactor, or that should be given to the reactants to reach to the transition state. Okay, so through transition state only what will happen? The substrate or reactants will come into the products. Okay, now you can see that in this y-axis, okay, potential energy is given. Okay, potential energy, and in this progress of the reaction, and you can see that, okay, if the energy of the substrate is higher than the product, then the it will be a spontaneous type of reaction, means it will release energy and it doesn't require energy. Okay, so you can see that if the reaction is catalyzed by enzymes, okay, then the activation energy will be less, and that of the activation energy in the case of what? A reaction without enzyme will be very high. Okay, so this is what enzymes does. It reduces the activation energy. So what do you mean by activation energy? That is the energy required or added to the reactants to the undergo the reaction, or it will be what? Added to the reactant, so that it will reach to the transition state and finally to the products. Okay, so activation energy of a chemical reaction will be less. Okay, when if that reaction is taking place in the presence of an enzyme, and it will be high when it is taking place without the presence of a presence of an enzyme. So enzymes reduces the activation energy for the reaction. Is it clear? Understood? So this is what this graph is explaining, the importance or the functions that is done by the enzymes. Okay, enzymes reduces the activation energy. Understood? So this much is clear to everyone. So we will continue the rest in the next class. Thank you.